Hello ladies and gents, this is another video brought to you by Ant's Hood, and today's video is about my Camponotus Nicobarensis, or my Nicos, and lots of brood. Finally, I've got lots of brood. Now, you guys know the story about these. It's been very rocky roady over the past year with them. If you haven't, check out the playlist in the top right corner now, and you can check out how much up and down it's been with these girls. But I do just want to say I have got a bit of a bunged up nose, so if I sound a bit weird today, it's because I've got a cold. Don't worry, it's not COVID. Well, I hope not. If you cast your minds back, you remember that I've kept these predominantly in the Ants Canada hybrid Camponotus nests, and I moved them out because the airflow was rubbish and there was a lot of moisture building up in it. So I moved them into this S6 laptop nest from Wakushi, which was kindly gifted to me by Naturu, so thank you very much for that. And they seem to be doing really well again. So this is them currently. They've got the S6 nest on the right and this little wooden nest on the left. Now, this little wooden nest I was gifted to by a Patreon. He wanted me to check it out for him. So I've not really doing it justice, to be fair, because I noticed that my Camponotus were chilling in the tubing a lot and in the Outworlds again. So I thought I'll give them a little nest, see if they expand into it. If they do, then I might put a bigger nest. But they've just really turned this into their trash at the moment, so at the moment I'm not really looking at expanding it. Either two things: they don't want to expand and they're just putting rubbish in it, or they don't like the climate in the nest. Either way, they ain't happy with it, so I'm probably going to disconnect it soon. I'm taking that more of a fact that my Nicobarensis don't particularly want to move or need to move, because if you can see in the picture, there's still space in this the S6 nest still. But anyway, let's take a look at the bottom part of the S6 nest. Now, this is without the red filter on. You can see there is some pupae in there. Not a great deal, but there is still quite a fair bit. If we look at the macro lens, you'll see this is some of the prawn that I've given them, and I'll talk about that in a bit because I've got a bit of a time-lapse recording as we speak now, to be honest. But that's all prawn, believe it or not. And they've destroyed it already. But generally speaking, it's just workers. There's not much young brood in here. It just seems to be pupae from what I'm looking at it. But this is me going around the outside of the nest, just showing you how they're getting on. As you can see, there is still bags of space in here. So this is why I don't think they're really interested in the other nest, because they've kept this relatively clean. But if you look, this is the central chambers in the left, the bottom left one, as you look at it. And you can see it's got a nice like pile of pupae in there. So they're doing really well, which is cool, because you know the struggle I've had with these. And this is the second chamber where the pupae are as well. And there's actually some larvae there as well, as you can see. Now, the last time I seen one of the queens, she was in this area, but I've not seen her for a while, so I imagine she's gone up to the back bit, which you will see shortly. But yeah, there's still bags of space in this nest, so, and I can't figure out if that's a bit of prawn or if that was eggs. I think it was prawn. But then again, there's not much larvae here to feed them. But yeah, there's a couple of bits of pupae here, but mainly workers just chilling. Yet again, a little bit of pupae, mainly workers chilling, and they have got lots of prawn, is the word I was looking for here, in this nest as well. Interesting point, I've never actually hydrated this nest at all. I know that might sound a bit bizarre, but it's true, I've not watered it at all. I think the Camponotus just maintain the humidity themselves by cleaning the brood with the fresh water that I give them. But anyway, this is the back part of the laptop, or the top section. And as you can see, there is loads and loads of brood. I'm not talking like the figures that I used to have previously, but considering how it's been, this is a really marked improvement, and I'm really pleased. So if we get the macro shot on as well, because I love a macro shot, even though this was difficult to film at this angle, believe it or not, you can see that they're doing well again in here. They're fully fed, their abdomens are really swollen up, which is really cool. But more importantly, how much cleaner can you guys see that this nest is compared to the old Ant Canada nest? They've kept it relatively clean. And as we look at the brood, there is a great pile of brood, and there's one of the queens there. As you can tell, because you've got the young brood around it as well, and loads of young brood, larvae stage, pupae stage, and all different stages, but it is quite full. Now, these are quite deep. I'd probably say they're about 1.5 centimetres deep, so there is quite a significant pile of brood there, which is excellent news, because like I said, guys, you cannot tell me how much I have had my trials and tribulations with this Connolly. They boomed to over 3,000-4,000. They dropped to maybe 1,500, and now they're picking back up again. What they're at now, I don't know. I'm going to make a guesstimate, say around 2,000. Who knows for sure. But once this brood hatches and stuff, hopefully there'll be a lot more. As you can see, the second chamber mirrors this. There is plenty of brood in there as well. And the third chamber, plenty of pupae again, which is really good. And I think, yep, that's the second queen, I think it is. No, it's not the second queen, I'm talking rubbish. Ignore me. As you can see, there's still plenty of young larvae there. It looked like there was a clutch of eggs in that worker, and there's the second queen. So they are both in the back now, which is cool. But like I said, at the top chamber, you've just got workers just chilling, and then you'll see there's bags of space for them still to expand into if they need. So if we take a look at the Outworlds, because that's where they like to chill as well, they're chilling in there. They are chilling in here as they generally do, but I've got a prawn there, and I'm just doing filming a time lapse of that now. I'm using my old phone to film this footage, believe it or not, but I've still got the cool lenses on it though, because they still work on that too, which is great. But anyway, I'm digressing. This is the nest, you've seen that, and the tubing going up, they're still chilling in the tubing, and this horrendous Outworld, which is the Ant Canada crappy piece of rubbish. I really need to disconnect this because it serves no purpose anymore, and it's pants. And this is what I mean about the wooden nest. They've pulled the cotton wool that put the blocker in to stop them getting out from. But if you see, look at these chambers here, they've turned it into trash. Now, I generally think this is more due to the fact that they just don't need the space at the moment more than anything else, because they're not chilling in the Outworld as much as they used to, but I've still got bags of space in the S6 nest. So I'm kind of like inclined to say I'm not passing judgment on this nest yet, because it's very beautiful. Just need to get a colony to go into it though. I have actually got a colony that I'm planning to put in this, but that's quite far away at the moment because they're only a small colony and this is quite a large nest. So for now, I think I'm going to move my Nicos out, clean it up, and then put it on standby for them. Now, you all know I love a time lapse and you all know I love a macro shot. How about a time lapse macro shot? But no, on a serious note, you can see how quickly they start to process this prawn. And they're already stripping off the top layer, as you can see. If not, go back 10 seconds to the start of this video and you'll see that it was very much like red coated and they've just annihilated it. And they continue to annihilate it as well. They're just absolute machines. Reminds me back in the days when I used to feed them pinkies as well. If you haven't seen them destroying a pinky, which is a little baby mouse, you need to. It's really interesting. It is on the playlist I linked at the start of this video, so check it out if you choose. But I won't lie, I don't think that they've got the brood to be able to process something as big as a pinky, and I'm kind of concerned if they can process this properly because it's quite big compared to the brood pile, because a lot of the brood is just pupae, which don't need the protein anymore. So we'll have to wait and see though. I'll stop talking rubbish for today. I hope you enjoyed this update of my Nicos. A big massive thanks to you guys for watching my videos and to my Patreons. So a big thank you to Adam W, Adrian, Antantics, Anton the Rock, Anty Matters, David D, Jason W, Kevin R, Paul A, Pavance, PJGrant and Makushi. Without your support, my channel wouldn't be what it is today. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye for now.